New Orleans Saints take on the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, they do.
Coming up, it's going to be in Soldier Field.
A little
And
2024 rookie QB action.
yeah, Spencer Rattler does have more passing yards than Caleb Williams, in case anybody's keeping score at home. More completions as well, and less interceptions and more attempts. So just putting that out there. It's going to be a nice little battle. Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, obviously knows this roster pretty well, just being the head coach of the Saints over the last couple of years. Great opportunity for the Saints, a team in the Bears that have some momentum after they went to Washington and found a way to win that game in some bad weather. So a lot of storylines coming into this one.
Yeah, I think the Chicago Bears, we've been talking about them for a couple of years. Of course, they have Weechin Eberflus as their head coach when Caleb Williams gets drafted. And, I know that Taylor over here, he's got a real pet peeve about people firing a head coach the year after they draft a first-rounder, a top pick. But I think we've kind of always known the talent surrounding. They were one of the few teams that had a top pick at quarterback that kind of had the pieces in place for that quarterback to be successful. A lot of times you see a guy go one of these top picks, and they're just in a bad situation. The team's not ready for a quarterback. So that they have all the pieces. Now, Caleb Williams, say what you want about him. Say what you want about last year. The guy is gifted.
The
guy is talented, and I really, really do like their head coach in Ben Johnson. The offense that he runs, I loved the defensive Lions' offensive philosophy, their play calling, their schemes, how they're under center, they're in shotgun, they're versatile, they're creative. I have loved that in the past, so I do think that they are going to continue to get better and be a really dangerous team at the back half of this year. And they do, like you said, they went to Washington, they won in just a nasty game. It was either team's game to win right there. You'd like to see Jaden. He had a couple of picks, I believe, and then a fumble at the end. One of his very few blemishes in games like that. But look, if you can notice on television with the cameras, the quality of cameras that they use in the NFL, if you can notice the rain and bad weather on TV, it's extremely bad on the field, because most of the times when it rains, those cameras, you don't even see the rain. Yeah. It's so crystal clear. You don't even see the rain, so you can't tell how bad it is. So it was really any team's game to win on that one. But it was an emotional win for them, I'm sure. And the Saints, going on the road, they have all the opportunity. I think it's a Saints team that is playing hard. Maybe not the talent top to bottom that the Chicago Bears have, but a quarterback that's playing really well.
Yeah,
I want to see him open it up, take some shots, maybe take a few more risks here and there. But it's going to be a good matchup, and I think the Bears are going to be sneaky good again towards the last half of the season. But they do think it's a winnable game for the Saints. They got to go on the road. They got to prove it. They just have to be able to make the plays that matter when it matters.
I do think Spencer did take some more chances. Even that ball he threw to Chris Olave, it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to give a chance to my guy to go make a play. And then Chris Olave made the play, but then came down, and he absolutely fumbled that ball. That was a catch and a fumble. They called it incomplete. But, that's a chance he probably didn't take in the first couple of weeks. And you saw him push the ball down the field, certainly more in the last two games than he has before. But you're right. It's like one of those situations back when, what year would that have been? 2022, Jaden Daniels, where he didn't have any interceptions, and Brian Kelly's like, no, we kind of want you to throw one.
Yeah.
Because we want you to take some chances, and you don't have to be perfect there. I do feel like over the last 2 weeks, Spencer Rattler has, and probably because he feels safer in his job security, it's probably like, okay, I can take that chance now. Now, you're not reckless, right? It's just a chance because it's like a 50-50 situation, and you're going to throw it up to your guy and allow him to go make a play.
Yep.
But in the first couple of weeks, I'm going to assume that he was like, man, if I throw 2 interceptions here, I'm going to have Tyler Shuck in this game real quick, and I don't want that.
And it's just, and a couple of plays here or there changes everybody's kind of view of this, their outlook on, kind of changes that narrative. I think that's the only narrative out there that would be at least pointing in the direction of a negative towards this play was like, hey, you know what? I know you have only 1 interception on the season. I think we want to kind of take a risk here or there at times. Now, it's not every play, and you don't want him to make a big adjustment in that direction. Yeah. Like if he hits 1 or 2 more plays in a game, that narrative's changed because, you look back at I mean, we used to watch clips and clicks. We played a lot of common opponents. Watch Drew Brees all the time. And it was shallow cross, flare route, screen, behind the line of scrimmage screen, shallow cross, post route.
Yeah.
Shallow cross, stick route. Go ball.
Yep.
Like it was that type of situation. Yeah. So that is how the good quarterbacks operate. That is how they are successful, because you are patient. And then when the opportunity is there, you take advantage of it. You take advantage of a mistake that the defense makes. It's not like I'm calling this play because I want to go deep and I want to. Sometimes you do that when you pass protect and you have something that you saw in film where, okay, we're gonna occupy the free safety, then we're gonna run a deep V route with the backside guy. We know this is a shot play, but most big plays are not called quote unquote shot plays. They are, you run your offense and you take advantage of a mistake that the defense makes. But when that happens, you have to see it, and you got to make the play. And the Saints just have not made that play enough. Now, we saw it more. We certainly saw it more. First play of the game this past week. They made the play. That wasn't probably called like, we know that this is going to be a deep shot. Yeah. It was, all right, if it's there, let's take it. If not, shallow cross.
Right.
Check down. And I think he's been maybe the coaching point is, hey, on these certain situations, on these certain plays, maybe give it like just a split second more to read that safety's momentum. Read that safety if he's on his heels or not. If he's, you read when you take shots, like you're reading the safety. So if they're backpedaling, if they're on their heels backpedaling, like looking at like a crossing route, and you got a guy running a post who's running full speed, even if they are at the same level and he doesn't look open right now, you got to say, all right, this guy's open because my guy's running full speed. The other guy's backpedaling, so he's open. So maybe give like that type of read a split second longer. So I don't want him to change much, if anything at all.
Yeah.
I just think they do have to hit those plays. And when in their whole operation of the offense, like, look, one or two more big plays made in a game, that narrative's completely cut out.
Yeah. And I'm sure you enjoyed like him taking that shot early in the game, because a lot of times that route is clearing for what you're talking about, like a shallow cross, something coming underneath. I mean, every level of football has that, where you run the rail and here comes the shallow cross from the other side, and the rail's supposed to take the coverage with them. But if they don't cover the rail, or if you think the rail route has, a step ahead, take the shot.
Yeah.
Nothing says you can't throw it.
Yeah. Even most quick games where when you have 5 eligible receivers, even if it's a 3-step drop and we got a slant flat or a triple slant on one side, or a stick route, which is like a 5-yard out route.
Yeah.
At least there's usually one guy that's going deep.
Yeah.
One guy that's running at least a fade route or a corner route or something like that. So, and it's like alert, that if it's normal down a distance and you got what you want, alert the deep ball. So at that, it's like, okay, well, we just hit that was a shot play. We hit a shot play. It was a 45-yard gain. Awesome. First down. Yeah. I love how our offense is taking shots now. Well, in reality, it was a 3-step drop that we've already called 5 times in the game. He just hit a slant, he hit a stick route, he hit a flat route, and then they just presented this opportunity. And I think early in the season, a lot of that didn't present itself because of all the shell coverage that the Saints were facing. And they're like, I don't think y'all are talented enough. I don't think y'all are good enough to go 15 plays and walk it down the field, taking 3, 4, 5 yards at a time. I don't think you can run it. I think you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have penalties. And they were kind of right.
Yeah.
Right? They were right. And they just didn't allow. I mean, a defense, they don't want you to throw the ball deep. A defense doesn't have to let you throw the ball deep.
And look, credit to Spencer Rattler early in those games, because he didn't force the issue. He didn't, become reckless with the football, but they were going to make you prove that you could do something else. And now that he has, you're going to see some different looks, and you're going to have the opportunities, and you got to take those opportunities. And look, if he throws for an interception, that's fine, right? If he takes those chances and he throws for one, it's okay. I know he only has one on the year, but as the playbook opens up, as the coverage opens up a little bit, you'd like to see your quarterback go out there and do what he did. Like last week, there was no check down Charlie. Like, he was reading it, and if it was there, he was letting it rip. He's taking chances down the sideline. Some were completed, some were not, because the guy grazed your forearm with his hand, and it became too much to catch the football. So I thought last week was a lot of real growth. And look, Spencer's been the top 5 of graded offensive players for the Saints all year long, but he was the second highest graded quarterback in the entire NFL last week, and you could see that on tape. Like, the tape told the story of that grade. And I think that hopefully has unlocked something with him and within the offense that they can now play a little bit more aggressive. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, just a little bit more aggressive here in this game against Caleb Williams, because Caleb's going to play aggressive, because Caleb knows he's the first overall pick. He knows he's the guy, and he knows he can take chances.
And Ben Johnson is going to he's a shot taker.
Yeah.
Like, he likes to hit you with a running game, hit you with a quick game passing. Then all of a sudden we're going to play action and hit a deep shot. And we're going to hit a couple reverses up, maybe a reverse pass, maybe a little Philly special line. Like, he's just a guy that does a lot of those crazy random things, and they usually work. He just times it up really well. But you saw with Spencer Rattler, you started seeing a little fire come out of him late in the game, a little competitiveness. And I think we talked about this yesterday with Nick Underhill. It's like that little ghost, that little ghost of Tyler Shuck over his shoulder, I think is starting to fade away a little bit with the better and better he's playing, the more confident. And the more you see that, I think the more leeway you give him to take charge.